What's up guys, Vince the Lawn Engineer here. I received a package for a soil test kit I purchased from yardmastery.com. Today we're going to unbox it. I'm going to go through the instructions, we're going to collect the soil sample, and we're going to send it off to the lab, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so in this video we're going to do a little bit of an unboxing. I just ordered myself a soil test kit from Yard Mastery. I'll leave a link in the description below where you can pick this up. Just bought it because I want to see what nutrients are available in the yard. I want to see what the pH is, and Yard Mastery's website actually caters to the results of the testing and recommend products specific to your deficiencies. So I thought I'd give it a try. I've never done a soil test before, so I've been doing lawn care here now for about 8 years, 10 years, and you know, this will be my first soil test, so I'm really excited to see what the results are. And today what we're just going to do the unboxing, and we are going to collect our soil samples and mail them out, and then go through the registration process, and then I'll have a follow-up video that details the actual results that I've received. So let's get to the unboxing here. This is the actual shipping packaging here on the outside here. Try not to cut the box. All right. And this is what we're presented with inside. This is the back of the box. So this test pH, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, sulfur, iron, manganese, boron, copper, zinc, and sodium. Let's see what else. Created for DIYers. Works for any soil, lawns, and gardens. These are those nutrients I just read out to you. And a nice little welcome message on the back. So let's open this up and see what's inside. Alright, here we go. This looks like the registration card with some instructions on what to do. We'll first collect a good soil sample. It says to collect soil from 7 to 10 separate locations within your desired testing area. The soil should be collected to a depth of 4 to 6 inches. Combine the soil in a large plastic bag or bucket and mix thoroughly, breaking up any large chunks, okay, and taking out any debris. Using the provided scoop, collect 1 level scoop of the mixed soil and add it to the jar containing DI water and nutrient absorbing capsule. Firmly secure lid. Do not dump water out of jar. And then we'll mail it in, and that'll be the extent of today's video, and then I'll follow up with the results in another video once we receive those. Looks like it's a 6 to 8 business day processing time, and we'll go through the registration process today as well. Let's see what else on the back of the instructions, some of the tools we'll need. I have a map, I'll show that to you. We'll get a good representation of every area. And if you visit Yard Mastery's website, there are video tutorials illustrating this process, as well as videos that provide detailed information on how to interpret your test results. Alright, this looks like a prepaid shipping label to return your sample, and then followed by the test jar and scoop. Let's take that out. There's the testing jar. There is the capsule, the nutrient absorbing capsule that was referenced in the instructions. And here is the 29.6 cc scoop. Insert to hold that stuff, and then the box. So you can actually use this box to dump all your soil in, take out all the rocks, take out all the debris, and get a nice clean sample to then scoop up and then put into the jar. The one thing that is not included is a bag. They do say you can use a bag or a bucket to collect the sample. So I'll be using a Ziploc bag to collect the sample today. So let's go out in the yard and do that. So all you guys need to collect the sample is a tool to help get the soil. Right here I've got the Pro Plugger tool, and also something to hold your samples in until you can get it into the collection jar. So right here I've just got a cardboard box, which by the way guys is from one of our local microbreweries here in Pennsylvania, King of Prussia, Workhorse Brewing Company. Some really good beer over there. So if you're in the area, check it out. So let me go over a few reasons why a soil test is important. For one, it gives you an accurate measurement of your soil's pH level. So pH actually stands for the potential of hydrogen, which is a measure of the concentration of hydrogen ions. In other words, it's a measure of the acidity or alkalinity of a solution. If the pH is too low, then it's acidic. To bring it up, you have to add lime. If the pH is too high, then it's alkaline. To bring it down, you have to add sulfur. Most turf grasses do well in a slightly acidic to neutral range of 5.8 to 7.0. So let's take a look at our plugs, collect our soil for the sample, and continue this discussion later. So guys, this Pro Plugger tool is awesome. I mean, within a matter of 1-2 minutes, I was able to collect 7 samples. Without the rings, this will go 6 inches deep, and when you're done, you just dump them out. So let's just dump them out into our bin here. Just turn this over, and all of our soil cores come out nice and clean. So let's take a look at each one of our cores here. So this is what our cores look like. Now what we're going to do is from the bottoms, we're going to start taking soil samples from here. I'll transfer those into the Ziploc bag so we can bring them in the house, sort through it a little bit more, clean it up, clean out all the debris, and then get it into our soil sample jar. So let's see. You don't need that much soil. I mean, as you saw in the jar is not really that big, so we're just going to get a few. You don't want any roots, but check out these roots here from the grass. This is 6 inches deep. Looks pretty good. Let's break this up so we can let's get rid of all this debris. There's some like wood debris in there. Probably enough in that one. Let's move to the next one. So what we're doing here is we're collecting what's called a composite sample. So rather than just taking a sample at one location and sending it off to the lab, we're taking multiple samples throughout the whole yard. So here we have those 7 cores, seven sample locations, and we are combining them all together into one composite sample. On to the third one. The other nice thing I like about this Pro Plugger is that after we collect our samples here, I can just go back and drop these guys in the holes that I just took them out of. So so that I don't have any holes in the yard. Alright, working on our fourth one. Still some root debris in there. We'll clean that out when we get inside. But I'm really pleased to see these roots. And guys, just so you guys know, the secret to getting these deep roots, I'm telling you, it's humic acid, it's biostimulants. A lot of people I know think it's snake oil, but this stuff works. Alright, wrapping up here. I'm lucky I don't have any rocks or anything in here. No big pieces of debris. As I'm pinching it through into the bag here, I'm feeling between my fingers if there's any large debris. Here's one rock. Take that out. But as I'm squeezing it, I'm not feeling anything. Feels like pretty good clean soil. So I feel like we've got everything we need from our cores. I'm going to go back and replace these, put these back in the holes, and then we'll go inside with our soil here and start mixing everything together, cleaning it out a little bit more, and then getting our soil sample together to send off to the lab. So going back to why a soil test is important, it also lets you know if you are deficient on the primary macronutrients required for plant growth and development. These are nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. You see, nitrogen drives growth, phosphorus pushes root development, and potassium helps with disease resistance and increased tolerance to extreme temperatures. It also lets you know if you are deficient on the secondary macronutrients required for plant growth and development. These are calcium, magnesium, and sulfur. Calcium is important in cell division and membrane function. Magnesium is an important component to chlorophyll and activates many enzymes. Sulfur is present in certain amino acids, proteins, membranes, and coenzymes. Sulfur deficiencies result in chlorosis, or the abnormal reduction or loss of the normal green colorization of the grass leaf. A soil test is also going to let you know if you're deficient on micronutrients, which include iron, manganese, boron, copper, and zinc. Iron is required for formation of chlorophyll in plants. Manganese assists iron in chlorophyll formation. It also serves as an activator for enzymes in the growth process. Boron regulates the metabolism of carbohydrates in plants, and it's critical for new growth and assists in pollination, fertilization, and more. Copper activates enzymes in plants, and zinc is an important plant regulator. It's essential in root and plant growth. Lastly, the soil test is going to tell you how much sodium is in your soil. If your soil has high salinity content, plant growth will be less vigorous. If high enough, the plant will wilt and die no matter how much you water. So, we've got our soil. Next step is to just clean it out and make sure that there is no debris in our sample that we send to the lab. So let's start cleaning some of this stuff out, and we'll just get the good stuff and put the good stuff in our scoop here. Make sure that we don't collect any rocks or debris. Mix it all up. Make sure you get a good composite sample of everything that we just collected. And this doesn't need to be a compact scoop. This is just supposed to be a level scoop. Try to get all the material out that you can. Rock. Oops. Some more debris in there. looks like we got a pretty good sample here. So the next step here is going to be to put it in our jar. So here we go. This is a barcode with a number for registering, so it matches the number on your registration card, which we'll do in a moment. So let's open this up. Opening this will break the seal, and the instructions specifically say do not dump water out of the jar. Alright. So let's just put this down right here so it doesn't splash around. And we'll just slowly, without splashing anything, try to put this in the jar. Alright. Let's close this up tightly. Firmly and secure the lid. I'm going to give it a good shake for good measure. And then what we'll do is we will then put it in this prepaid envelope and send it off to the lab. Alright, so now I have that same number on the registration here, so we're going to go and do that next. But first, I'm going to clean up this mess. So let me walk you through the registration process. It's very simple. Just go to yardmastery.com/soil kit. I do not have an existing account, so I'm going to be creating a new one today. I just enter my email address, give myself a display name, and then also tell them where I'm located, United States, and my postal code. And then you're going to be presented with the profile screen. You just enter in your address and your city. You're going to be presented with the dashboard where you're going to register your new kit. I'm going to enter the kit number and then re-enter it to verify. Then I'm going to confirm the date that I took the sample. And then it wants to know if this sample is for a lawn and turf application or an ornamental application. I'm going to select lawn and turf. Give it a description. I took my samples in the front yard and the side yard. And then you're going to tell it the size of your yard. I'm at about 4,000 square feet, so I'll select between 2,500 and 5,000. If you had been taking this sample for a different property, you can click that. But we're not doing that. And then you just click submit and you're done. It's that easy. So there you have it, guys. In the next video, we'll go through the breakdown of the soil analysis, all the results we received. That'll probably be in a couple weeks until we get that information. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and thanks for joining.